Lead generation is horrible unless you're using this funnel here that I have been using for 5 years. And the reason for it is quite simple. If you don't have the capacity to optimize your funnel, it's just going to broke. In most techniques, they are either work or do not. This funnel here, it takes in consideration that you are doing everything wrong, and that's okay. That's the reason behind optimization and growth marketing. And I just recorded this lesson over here with my phone that I was testing the phone itself and the selfie stick to see if I could record the whiteboard over there. I think you can see it now. And it was quite good. So what I'll do is I just edited the video and I'm gonna upload, as you can see over here. I think you can see on my laptop, I'm editing the video. So I'm just gonna release the video and I hope you enjoy, and your lead generation is never gonna be the same again. Thank you, and subscribe before anything. It's nice to hit the subscribe button, and if you enjoy the content, it's gonna be quite amazing. This framework is amazing because it just works and it has modularity, which means that we can literally take the pieces apart and do something else, change and split and remove and A/B test, do many different things by having resilience and optimizing exactly where we need. Instead of having a simple step-by-step funnel that creates dependency, and if you want to change a simple part that is broken, you need to change the whole stuff. You just need to remove the part that is not working and get everything else to work as they should. I'm going to show you how this framework has allowed me to have all the results for the companies I showed you previously, just so you can really understand how to tap into growth in a simple way without the need to complicate and having full control as the business owner. But before I start, I need to tell you about something that is really dangerous and can hurt your budget, which is most companies, most marketing agencies, most marketing professionals, they start here by doing a simple sign-up page that says something, and we have a lead generation campaign with an ad that sends to a landing page, and then we have something like a sales team, people making calls. And the problem with this approach is the people that are in the second phase, they are more expensive. So you are paying a lot for people that you do not actually know if they are qualified, or you haven't even qualified them yet. So it's like you come to someone you never know, never seen before, and you say, "You wanna marry me?" So the answer is no. So you need to go to the finder phase previously, just so you can reduce the cost on the second phase. And at the same time, the first phase is to reduce the cost. We are finding people, the right people. After we find the right people, and only not before, we change to the enrichment phase. Don't worry, I'm going to explain to you how it really works technically and the specific things and assets we use in each of those phases. In the enrichment phase, we increase the perceived value. And the importance of increasing the perceived value is because this is the price of the product or service you sell. If the perceived value is lower than your cost, they're not going to buy. If it's higher, they are going to buy. It's that simple as it is. So what we do is we increase the perceived value by doing the enrichment. Now let's get into details. I'll show you a simple funnel that I use to implement this strategy that basically can work in almost 99% of the companies. So it starts with finding the right audience. It can be as simple as having a video running on social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. The longer the video is, the better the data. So we can find the people who engage the most. I'll give you an example. If I had a pixel on this video, and I have, so if you're watching inside the platform, inside my website, inside YouTube, I have. If you're watching somewhere else, I'm using on Upwork as well. So if you're watching this video on Upwork, I cannot track you. But if you're watching somewhere else, I can know for sure how long you have watched my video. So I can find the right people, and by finding the right people, I can leverage the AI to give me more of the right people. We can assume that 10 people is going to watch this video. When they do, one of them, that's an example, is going to watch until 50% of the video. When they watch 50% of the video, what I can do is to use Lookalike audiences, which is an AI feature that you can to find similar people and create a traffic generation campaign, for example. Another possibility is you use cold email. To be precise, you scrape emails of companies from LinkedIn, from their website, from Instagram, from something, and then you scrape all this data, you format the data, you adjust the data, and then you are left out with a little bit of the emails that are valid, that are the right size of the company, that have a pixel, for example, and then you have this new list, and what you do is you check specifically for the good ones, and you segment again, and you find a new list that you can do, for example, cold calls, which is something you like to do. And then what happens is, to move from the phase of finding to the phase of enrichment, what needs to happen is we send those people to a sign-up page. And the change that needs to happen is they need to willingly give their data. So it might be that you send them using paid media, it might be that you gave them, send a cold email, you did a cold call, or something happened and they willingly said, okay, I want to move forward. And then you move to the enrichment phase, because now things have changed. They did the first active action that is meant to be, okay, so you have something I want, can you show me what it is? The enrichment phase is the biggest, most amazing thing that most people just ignore. If you use the strategy that I spoke about before, which is the one that you just have a sign-up page, lead generation, you are trying to find, I believe it was Frank Kern who said that, with a statistic that if you send your ads to people who are ready to purchase, you're gonna get 3% of your total addressable market. But the problem is, if you use the finding method, you're gonna attract more people, your cost per acquisition is going to be lower, you're going to also attract the same amount of people here, so your conversion rate is not going to change, it's not going to go down actually, immediately, but it's going to go up in time. Because those people here, the next 7% is people who are ready to buy in the next 2 or 4 weeks, and the last 20% is people who are ready to buy in 3 to 6 months. So this means, I'll give you an example. I live in the UK, and one thing that is quite amazing here is that somehow all the internet companies have quoted, so they know. I made a quote about my internet, and they know where I live, they know when I subscribe to a new internet company. So whenever it's ready for me to end the contract with the company I have at the moment, they send new offers. So if they just wanted me to buy now, my car insurance is the same, your car insurance probably is the same. As soon as it's ready to renew, you're going to receive many different offers. And the reason is simple. If they wanted to target you as the 3%, they will send an email now. But it's expensive. So what they do is they find you and they put you in the enrichment phase. The enrichment phase, what it does is, so those people are going to purchase from us Sunday. And then we have the funnels that is going to help us not to literally 10x the results, because this is 3% of the addressable market. If you have simple ads to a landing page and then that's it, and you change to the finding, enrichment, and then monetization, you're gonna 10x the size of your audience, the conversion you have as well in 6 months, without changing anything else apart from having one new stage of your funnel. Now let me explain what happens in here. This phase is all about having low cost contacts. One thing that I like to say is the biggest buck you're going to pay is here. And if anything else is more expensive, you're doing something wrong. So which means that the cost you pay to get someone's details, not cold details, but someone who willingly gave you their data, this should be your biggest cost. What happens next is a phase of talking with the person for free. So we have a CRM, we have retargeting, that's it. But this needs to be done with intelligence. So as soon as the person converts, you need to have an ad that is ready to be sent. So they're going to receive this ad for 7 days, depends on how you structure everything, what is the inflow of new people, how much budget you have. So let's say you're doing this first ad for 7 days. And then you change the messaging and you start sending another ad for 14 days. And lastly, you start sending a new ad for 30, 45 days. At the same time, you also sending email campaigns, and you also have a context that if they take an action, it doesn't mean purchase, but if they take an action to visit a page or to talk to someone, to go into a scheduled call, to have a demo call schedule, that's not a demo call. To have a demo call schedule, for example, or to start the trial, or to get something, an action, specific action that is valuable for the business, we need to change the order of how we're doing that. So this enrichment phase is about automation. We're talking email, text message, calls, not automated call, it can be normal calls. Schedule calls with the people you have in your team, with yourself maybe. So this phase is all about simplifying and getting the most out of the person while we increase the probability of them to buy. So we reduce the cost on the finding, on the find rate, on the find phase, and we increase the perceived value on the second one. But again, the contact we have is free. So that's the secret. We keep sending them stuff and trying to find from another different angle. So do you want more sales? No. Do you want free time? No. Do you want to have time with your dog? Do you want to have 10 employees? Do you want... We keep trying to find different angles on how the messaging works for them to take an action and go to the next stage. Every single piece on the enrichment phase has an ultimate goal of sending them to a sales page, to a sales representative, to a paid plan page, to make a purchase, to spend $1. So for them to change from enrichment to monetization, they just need to spend $1 because now they are paying customers. Rodrigo, how much is that? It can be $1, it can be $1,000. As soon as they spend anything, they are clients. So it means we can start different sequences. And here is where the biggest problem happens. The first phase is a combination of advertisement and marketing. The second, sales and technology. The third, customer success and business operation. Usually, what we try to find is someone who is specialized in advertising marketing, performance marketing, something like that, which is great. I was like that in the past. But the problem is, when you find someone like that, they don't have the big picture of sales and tech. And if you are watching this video until now, you can realize that all this stuff here is a sales script. Not kind of sales script, but is inside the sales script. Which means that having a sales background, having a tech background, a market advertising background, as well as customer success and operation is crucial if we want to reach something which is called growth. The micro understanding of the funnel is going to lead to micro decisions. How do I make this creative, this video better? How do I increase the number of views it gets? This is micro understanding. When we go to the enrichment, micro understanding can be something like How do I increase that row is a good thing. I thought it was until 2021. I had 2 clients with the biggest ROAS I ever got, and they just stopped the ads because they didn't have the structure to take care of all those clients. So the machine must work as one. When we get to the last stage, what we want now is referral, review, testimonials, we want upsells, and we want to keep the person engaged. Depending on the volume, you can also use online ads to do branding and PR, and also have, depending on the ticket of your product or service, a customer success specialist or maybe an account manager to talk to this person and have a specific way of making them move forward. So the interviews we have here, the data we collect, the quizzes we send, the questions we ask, the data we get here, it just circle back. It circles and feeds the whole funnel. So if the whole machine is not connected, for example, if you have a lead generation company, let's say, it's quite popular these days, if you have a lead generation company, they don't have access to it because the way they plan is not connecting their whole, it's only doing one specialized thing. And don't get me wrong, these are the best leads, but not for your business. And what is going to happen on this phase, and this is the most important part of the whole thing, is the standard operation procedure. When we have all the machine working, documented, with simple modularity, we can drag and drop the pieces, and we have SOPs for the operation as well as the communication of the employees. The delivery gets unlimited capacity and you just reach growth. And this is something that, while I speak, is something that I have been trying. I've done with 2 companies, the ones that I said that they asked to stop the ads. And I got a pretty nice success with those 2, and I'm looking for people to keep trying and learn how to really implement that to get the best out of those techniques, which is basically, to summarize, to use ClickUp, for example, to get a overview and management of the whole process. Because we get the people there, we find the people there, we enrich them here, and then we provide a service on this side. And if this side is perfect, we have unlimited capacity. So basically, that's the funnel I use. And if you want to have a chat, just drop me a message down below or leave your contact details. Not if you are on Upwork. And talk to you soon. Cheers.